The Virago Soul is a platform that aims to shed light on inspiring moms, going deeper into the highs and lows that come with the reality of motherhood. Founded by Krystle, Dizon, Dehesa, Jena Daza, Thea, and Mara Reyes. The Virago Soul aims to show the world motherhood unfiltered through breaking social boundaries beautifully and fearlessly. The team behind this site are a force to be reckoned with, continuously giving their all in everything they do, and that is what makes them the inspiring individuals that they are today.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of In Love with Me, where we feature inspiring individuals who will share their amazing stories. I am your host, Mafae Velasco, and for this series, our topic is passion and purpose. For this episode, we have empowered women, founders of the Virago Soul, and moms to motivate us to take action. So without further ado, let me welcome the beautiful and amazing Virago Soul ladies. Hello, Krystle. Hello, Jena and Thea.
Hello. Hey, Mafae.
Thanks, ladies, for being with me.
Throwback of photos.
I know that. Thanks. It brings back a lot of memories, right, guys? Yeah. And it's funny, all of you have I have memories with all of you separately, and it includes Mara too. Mara is one of your other founders who cannot be with us, right? Krystle, you were saying she's in...
She lives in Virago right now, so island internet will not permit.
Oh, well, if ever, Mara, we can have you back again, another episode. But fun fact with Mara, I was part of a commercial with her youngest baby. I think he's already 2, but that was when he was only like turning 1. So that's where me and Mara got to bond. And, now I know that you guys have built such a powerful platform for women, most especially moms, the Virago Soul. So before I ask you guys how it was born or where did it start and the process, can you please, share a little bit about yourselves so that everyone who's tuned in can learn and know about your background. So how you are an empowered woman today, who would like to start? I think Krystle. Go ahead, Krystle.
My name's Krystle. I am a mother of 2. My eldest is 7, and I think a lot of my self-discovery journey started when she was born, and that was part of the inspiration of Virago. But right now I am a coach for moms because I've seen the gaps and the lapses and all of that. And so right now I'm a life coach for mothers, trying to help them evolve and embrace every phase, cycle, stage in their life. And also one of the co-founders of Virago. Besides that, I do also have events, but pandemic does not allow that right now. So we're going to put that on hold. I'm going to pass it on to Thea.
What? Okay. Well, I'm Thea, and I've been a mom for 16 years. I have 3 kids. Dylan's 16, Alina's 3, and Anaya's turning 2. So it's been quite a journey. I started when I was really young, and I used to be a DJ, so my life was very involved in the nightlife. That's where I met Mafae and Krystle and Jena. Basically everybody that I know. And then, so I'm a stay-at-home mom now and currently working on Virago because it's something that I really believe in. I think moms really need that extra push of inspiration and empowerment because I don't think they understand just how strong mothers really could be. So this is something that it's really close to our hearts. So we're working really hard at making it special for everyone. Jena.
I'm Jena. I am also a co-founder of Virago, and I'm a mom of two. My eldest is, what is she? 10. She's 7. Both girls, and we are really, like everyone else said, trying to empower mothers to feel more comfortable in their skin, really. And it's important to me because I have daughters as well. Someday they might become mothers, and we're really trying to raise them strong and comfortable with themselves, their struggles, and life in general.
And just earlier, Thea did mention that we all met way back. So do you feel as though now that we've transitioned, or all of us? I think during that time when we all met, Thea did mention that she probably has the oldest child out of the 4 of us. Apart from, of course, I shared with you my bonus mom story. So your son now, the eldest one, is how old?
He's 16.
So during the time that you were still enjoying your night job, I want to say day job as a DJ, how and where do you think that your platform would have been so helpful for you during that time?
Well, it's kind of crazy because working in the nightlife was hard because the hours were crazy. So there would be times that I would come home and I would have to start making breakfast for him before I actually retired for the night. But I was lucky because I was living with my parents, and my siblings, so I had babysitters at all times, like whenever I needed. So that part was easy. But I feel like as a young mom, I literally only read 2 books. Google was not a thing. And there wasn't a social media platform that was available. MySpace wasn't for airing out ideas or anything. It was mostly comments. I don't even remember. What was MySpace for?
It's like an extension of, we hang out and then we go in MySpace and hang out some more.
Yeah, I was up on that, right? So it wasn't really anything where people discussed stuff. So that was my thing. So whenever I wanted to look for certain inspiration or motivation, there really wasn't anywhere for me to find anything. So I feel like if this had existed when I was a young mom, I feel like I would have been more comfortable in accepting certain hardships that you come across as a mother. I mean, you could talk about that for a really long time. There's so many. But it took me a really long time to be really comfortable in my skin about, being a single mom, trying to date, having a kid. I was really proud to be a mom. He was a really good kid. I had amazing friends, so that made it a lot easier. But there were certain things that I wish I could have looked up with just the tap of a phone or whatever it is that we do.
So, let's go back to that. I know there must have been a seed planted in all your hearts on creating this platform, most especially now. I mean, we are all going through something that is challenging, and more so for moms. I know, just having to stay home and having to build activities for your children. So who would like to talk about how Virago started? Where did the discussion start? Krystle, I see a finger pointing up there.
So like I said earlier, when I had my daughter, that was a big self-discovery moment journey for me. And during that time, I felt a lot of guilt, a lot of shame for the emotions that I felt. I felt a lot of unworthiness, and I felt that I was the only one in that space. I didn't know other moms felt that way. And it wasn't until, just a few months ago, last year, that I realized there are more women who do feel like this, and we don't highlight our struggles. We only showcase the good moments. And hey, you know what? That's what social media is for, right? It's a highlight reel. But I thought if we had a space that we could just be ourselves and really honor who we are, like, hey, I still cuss. Like, I'm still down to like drop F bombs, and I do it in front of my kids. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And if more moms spoke up like that, that would just make other moms feel more empowered for being who they are. That they didn't have to adjust to make everybody else feel better about themselves. And I mean, after having that idea, I'm like, hi, who else better than our girl gang? You know, my friends that are moms that are like me, dropping F bombs left and right, jump on this. But not only that, they're super talented, creative. I'm the only non-DJ in this school. I don't know if anyone has noticed that, but yes, a team of creatives, and a lot of them are musically talented, just not me. But this is why, you know, all of us came together as creative mothers, living out our dreams, still having doubts, but fiercely going for it. And this is how our team came about.
And how timely, Krystle. You know, I have to congratulate you. You just became a new aunt, right? Your sister just had a baby. So how timely is it that you have this platform, or even you as an older sister, giving her that support?
Yeah.
Very, very new, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about being a new auntie?
Well, actually, I have 4 siblings, so she's the last one to have a baby. So I'm an OG in the TV game. But with Arlene being, it's funny because she helped me raise my kids too.
Yeah.
She was very much involved in Noah's life. She's like a second mother to her. And so her becoming a mom just seems like such a fitting role for her. She does it so well. My kids call her Yaya. So she is the Yaya of all Yayas. And it's really nice to see her in this space, and it's so natural for her. And for a lot of women, it's not. It was not for me, but for her, it was definitely is. Like when I ask her something, like, oh, about breastfeeding, she's like, I'm doing this. Like she's so sure of herself. For me, I was like a complete mess. Like, oh, I can't do this.
She's really lucky that she had that experience though, because I feel like she's had her training. But I just saw her post that it's still harder than she expected it to be.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like you can just never be too prepared, because despite her training and being an aunt of 7 kids, she's still going through the postpartum stage pretty, you know.
Most definitely. And it's like one of those like secret like, haha, now you know what it's really like to be a mom.
So, you know, I have to ask, because, you know, I admire Jena. You know, I admire her strong demeanor. You know, it's like I feel as though nothing phases you. But I did see your recent post, and you were sharing that you are a constant growing woman. Like you are. Can you share about that?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to open up because living in Boracay was really eye-opening for us as a whole family, and it brought us to the place that we are today, back in Manila. It was a huge transformation, and it took years and years, and we're still going through it. And I feel like we probably aren't ever going to complete an evolution of this imaginary figure of the perfect woman or the perfect family. We're always going to be changing. We're going to go through so many cycles, and I'm down for it. You know, it's a part of life, and I'm really excited to go through those changes.
You know, Thea speaks about being a young mom. You know, knowing what you know now, the 3 of you. You know, about motherhood, about having a family, having a partner. What would be your advice to your younger self? Back when, you know, we thought we knew the world, we knew everything about the world. Who wants to go first?
We can answer that.
Yeah, go ahead, Thea.
I think one of the best advice that I can give new moms is to not sweat the small stuff. I feel like mom guilt about the littlest things, like, am I doing this right? Am I doing enough? Should I do this? Is like a huge thing that eats you up inside. And it's really not about anybody else. It's something that you do to you. So I did that a lot as a young mother. Like, maybe I should look for another job. Maybe this isn't something that I should be doing. Maybe we should move to a quieter place. Maybe I should give him a different life. You know, I was always so hard on myself. Like, maybe he shouldn't be spending too much time with my parents. I was very critical of, you know, the decisions that I made because I felt like it was more for me. But when we transformed into a duo and we left my family behind because I wanted that certain kind of life, I realized that to be able to be a good parent, you also have to be happy yourself.
Yeah.
And I had to let go of a lot of guilt from thinking that the things that I did made me a bad mother. And I feel like that's one of the biggest struggles that mothers really go through themselves.
No, I agree with you. You know, because when it's that saying, and I'm sure Krystle can attest to this. Just being a life coach, transformational coach, is that you have to start with yourself. If you're not okay, how are you supposed to take care of a child or someone else or multiple children? Right? It's just it doesn't work that way because there's already a block.
But a lot of
How about
people feel like being a mom is supposed to be completely selfless. So that's something that you have to overcome.
mm-hmm. What about Krystle or Jena?
Well, I mean, I think that's a big part of the Asian culture as well. I mean, my mom grew up from poverty, and she worked really, really hard to get the life that she wanted. And she was like very about her business type of woman. She didn't really have time to reflect on, you know, am I being a good mom or not? And I think it's really important also for us to realize that, you know, it's kind of like we're just more conscious now as well. And with that consciousness and mindfulness, it can bring on a lot of guilt. We're trying to do our things right. And it's important for mothers like me to understand like everyone is going through these struggles. And that's like a really kind of Virago that we're be proud of. We're not just complaining. We're talking about real life struggles that mothers have to overcome. And it's very comforting to see that other people go through the same things as well. It's really like a pride, isn't it? A girl game.
How about you, Krystle?
So advice for mothers. My advice is really to trust the timing of your life. There were times where I felt like, damn, by this age, I thought I was already going to be doing this and this and that. And I didn't realize I was really holding myself back, allowing a lot of noise. And so definitely block out the noise and trust the timing of your life because everything will align the way it's meant to align. And just honor yourself in every phase, every season you're in because you're growing at a rapid rate and you don't even notice that because we're so busy bothered with other things, outside factors, all that crazy noise that we don't really realize that if we reflect inside, we are so much further than we expected. More of the thoughts we're at.
You know, it's funny you guys say that, you know, we grow so fast. And yesterday I just watched this docu called What the Bleep. I don't know, have you guys seen that yet? It's about the quantum physics, about your brain and things like that. And one of the speakers spoke about how every 7 years, your body goes through a renewal process. Do you get that? Like, so when you turn 7, 14, 21, it's like you're a different person. And then now seeing it in my children, and I'm sure you're going to see that, It's like they're a different person. And looking back too, it's like, oh my gosh, different stages. So I guess being a mom too, you will see the different stages. Because I know when I was a mom, maybe when Moses was born, I was different compared to how I am now. That's why I was always seeing Thea and Jena all the time during Moses' time because I was still younger, thinking like, yeah, okay, you'll be fine there. Let me go have my fun kind of thing. But what I want to ask you guys is, creating this platform, what kind of feedback are you receiving from moms and women? Is it?
Oh man.
I want to hear that.
It's really touching. There are a few that almost drove us to like the point of tears. Like it's, there are moms that are really having a hard time, and the fact that they take time to message us, even though some of them are anonymous, it's really encouraging. Like it's like the little things that we need to know that we're going in the right direction, because a lot of them say that they didn't know that they were not alone in their struggles. They needed that laugh for the day. It's it's like a little bit of everything from the kind of things that we want to provide for moms that, I don't know, it's just really touching. It's good feedback for sure.
Yeah, you're really inspired by, not fitting in your typical mom group.
Yeah.
And we all live different lifestyles, and we just felt like, dang, I don't really resonate with a lot of these other women, which isn't a bad thing, but like, where's my tribe? Where are my women at? Like, where are my set of mothers that are really going to understand this? And also, all of us living in the Philippines, we realized there was a huge gap where no one's talking about a lot of topics like raising a gay son. We interviewed and we got a crazy response from mothers and from the LGBTQ plus community. Saying like, this is beautiful that you guys put this out, because I wish my parents had that level of understanding raising me. And so to be putting that type of awareness out there is really our mission. It's very, Virago is very intentional. It's an intentional platform. And we're super proud of that. And we're really overwhelmed when people are like, thank you for allowing me to share my story, or thank you for sharing that story. I haven't seen anything, anyone put anything like this out there. And when they say that, like, we get those heartfelt messages, it just reassures us that we're doing it well.
And I'm one of them, you guys like reached out, and I was telling Krystle, this is the second time, or Thea, it's my second time really sharing that, because it's something that I closely to my heart, and not a lot of people know, because Nick's genes is just so strong that all the kids look like him. You can't tell them apart. But thank you for that. And that term, you just made my day when you asked me that day. I was like, bonus mom, what is it? Does that mean like I'm awesome? Like I'm cool? Like, and then when you shared it, I was like, wow. Because I've always, I shared it on the feature that that word step is such already like a negative, and I know that there is a lot of men and women that are good people that want to take care of their partner's kids that they've had previously. But then there's these fairy tales that tell you otherwise. So I'm just like, why? Right? So it's like, why do they even still put them in schools? Actually, it's funny. I was watching. Are you guys in K-drama? Sorry, I got into it. But there was this one series that I watched where this series, the mom passed while she was still pregnant. And so her husband was a doctor, and he ended up marrying a nurse or something. And she pretty much brought the baby up, but she was a ghost. The mom was a ghost. So the mom saw everything that this woman did, took care of her daughter, took care of her husband. And she couldn't do anything about it. And when she had a chance, and sorry for people who are watching this, I'm not even going to share the title so that people won't get mad at me. But she had a choice to live again, the reason, if she I guess the universe gave her the reason, was to take her place back, so to be the wife of her husband again, and that was about to come true, but then she decided to like go to heaven, because she saw this woman had such a great heart. And so the school of her child, she saw all the story, the fairy tale books. She hid them all because she was like, no, she's such a good woman, even if she's a stepmom, And that made me. I actually cried watching that. I'm just showing you because I was like, oh my gosh, it's really a touching thing because not everybody talks about it, and you guys share that in the Philippines, a lot of these stories are not supposed to be normal, or like it's not accepted.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I was able to share it on your platform, and I hope that people are inspired. And I did see comments, so thank you to everyone who commented there because it is me really opening up my heart. I mean, you guys know I'm an open book, but when it comes to things like that, those are really precious moments for me and Nico, Mike. And there are times that Nick is not even involved, like he's not even there, So that's what I'm feeling it now. So let's move on to the next topic. How many features do you guys have on your platform now? Because I know there's different topics that you have already posted. So for the people that haven't read them, can you guys give a little bit of a teaser so that they can be excited to go in and read these features?
Well, we have a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot.
We have a lot. We've been doing about one feature a week, I feel like, or
Nice.
at the least 2 a month since we started in May. But we started with Anna supervision with her son for the LGBTQ plus feature, and then we've done relationship ones, single mom ones. There's a bunch. We're really trying to cover an entire range of like the whole spectrum as much as possible.
Yeah, we just featured Sarah with struggled with postpartum depression. With a lot of moms, entering the homeschooling world this year. We've done one with unschooling, and we've also given tips on how to save your sanity during this year of homeschooling. We've done a natural birth feature. We've done a feature on
Raising a child with anxiety.
Yes, raising children with anxiety or women who have struggled with infidelity in their relationships and how that mother had overcome that phase in her life. Also, having children at a younger age and how to refine yourself later in your motherhood phase. Raising children as a gay couple. So we have 2 moms talking about how they're raising their 2 daughters now. Those are some of the topics that we've covered, and a lot of these topics are not topics we've ever seen here in the local publishing industry.
So, having said that, I think it's very timely also that you guys are sharing these stories while everybody can, or you have a huge, I guess, eyes that are always looking for some inspiration, most especially at this time. You talked about how you featured moms who are going through the transition of homeschooling and being at home. I want to ask you, ladies, how are you coping during this challenging time? Who wants to start?
No, I'm just kidding.
Me personally, I have blocked off a lot. I don't dabble in the news. I blocked all that off. We're very focused on Virago, and I feel like having our intentions and our goals set on what we're trying to accomplish versus listening to the outside world and what's happening right now is keeping me focused, because I feel like the more you dive into what everyone's saying outside, you just go down that black hole and it's hard to get out of it. So I don't even invite them inside. So I know there's a lot going on. I feel for everyone that's hurting right now. That's who I feel for. Most people who've lost their jobs, they're struggling to provide for their families. We tried to do things for them too. We did a donation drive on Virago too. But yeah, I think just keeping the noise out sometimes it's a little too much. It's overwhelming. I just have to think, what can I do to make a difference? And for me, that's helping, teaching, others, providing this
What about you, Jena?
Well, how have we been coping? I think, like Krystle said, we're very focused on Virago, and it's nice to be working on a project that, at the end of the day, is out there to inspire and to encourage. Because positivity is something that you really have to cling on to.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that. The transitioning that our family went through to homeschooling came fairly well. There are struggles in that and challenges, but it's what the times require. I drink a lot of coffee.
Yes.
Right? I drink a lot of coffee and I started exercising. So
Yeah.
those are the things that come by. I punch air in my living room.
to get out the stress.
Oh.
I get you. I'm with you with that. How about you, Thea? How are you coping?
I think for me, to be honest, I feel like working on Virago has left me with some sense of like normalcy, if that makes sense. Like I feel like it's kept me a little bit more sane than I would have been without it, because it has me focused on so many good things as opposed to like what Krystle said, you know, all the chaos that's going on in the outside world. Also, it's given me a chance to really understand, you know, everything that I think about motherhood. So I've really tried to live by what we preach. So, you know, I've been really focused on family, obviously. I mean, there are times that I lock myself in the bathroom and I really do feel like I need to get the hell out of my house and away from these people that I see 24 hours a day, and they do drive me nuts. But at the end of the day, I do love them.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not normal to be trapped in a house with, and there's 5 of us. So it gets pretty crazy. And then, you know, 2 toddlers is kind of nuts. A moody teenager, and then God bless Kevin's soul because he's such a nice person that he does keep me grounded. But I mean, it's a lot. So I'm really happy that I have Virago to work on, because otherwise I'd probably go a little crazy. And that's the truth.
And yeah, thanks for being honest. I think you're not alone. For me, honestly, like with you, I have a lot of people in my house too. But I think it's that outlet. It's that outlet of having something that you love and you're passionate with. I think even for me, like this show, I created as a family and with my team. But then again, it's like we're just hanging out, So this is my outlet. This is like, oh yes, I'm gonna hang out with the girls right now, and I have this 1 hour. I can prolong it without having to. You guys saw me holding the baby, huh?
That's what our meetings are like. Like we shut everybody out. Like we come in the room, we're having a meeting, and then we talk for like an hour about nothing.
Whatever.
Yeah, and
you need that. I mean, the support group is very important. I mean, I think all these years, like we said there, just going in the bathroom and locking yourself there, or just taking an extra little bit longer, showering, but really you just have the water on and just standing there, just getting that breather.
Quarantine, I felt really bad about being in the grocery because I was like, I need to get back to the house. Like the kids need me. I don't want to leave them alone for a long period of time. And as like the lockdown kind of progressed, I was kind of like, you know what?
And then grocery.
I think browse the aisles a little longer. Yeah. I don't mind waiting. I'm gonna pick the longest line. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. But I mean, I don't mind being in the grocery as much anymore.
Yeah. I know maybe Mara might be tuned in later on. So can you share a little bit of what Mara's role is with of course as a co-founder? How is she with everything with Virago? We didn't tap on who does the roles. Maybe you can share a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually, before this, I knew of Mara, but I actually didn't know her. But yeah, we also shot her son for the shoe release, and so he was a model, and that's when I met her. And we didn't really get to talk much because we were busy, but we started following each other on Instagram, and I would see her posts, and I thought I loved how real she acted, and I also thought she would post really hilarious memes about motherhood. I'm like, yes, thank you for keeping it real. So one time, so when the idea of Virago came up, I put her up. Hey, so I have this idea in mind. We met, and it's funny because through Instagram, I could tell she was wearing what she created. I love the photos that she would pick out. I already knew she was a stylist from before, and she's very heavy in the fashion scene. So. If you want to look at her app, she is on, what is it? Project Runway first season.
He's going to kill you.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
YouTube.
I didn't know that either.
So, yeah.
Hey,
And she's
that's
also
an inspiring woman right there.
A DJ. So I knew she was a creative on a lot of levels. And so she's our creative director. She's the vision. She's the eyes of the brand. Yeah, it's been a little bit hard that she's moved to Jena Daza because Island Internet does not permit a lot, but we've definitely made it work.
Well, that's amazing. I think you guys are on an amazing, track on inspiring other women, most especially at this time. During this lockdown, though, did you guys learn anything new about yourself? As a woman, as a mom, is there anything new apart from creating Virago?
I'm pretty good at baking. I'm one of the people that hopped on the baking train. But that, yeah, there's a lot. I've learned that I can spend a bunch of time with Carl, but I can spend a whole bunch of time with kids. Yeah, they're just a lot. As much as I love them, I've noticed that I need some space. But
Jena, Thea, anything new that you guys have learned?
I mean, my experience with lockdown really forced me to slow down. I feel like throughout my life, every time we had plans, we just were in a rush and very in a hurry to get things done. And then all of a sudden, the universe was like, no, you stay in your house for 6 months or longer. So, I mean, the first part of quarantine, we started doing things that we just love doing, not necessarily being productive. And it was cool. It was like I was listening to music. I was playing video games. We started exercising. And it just really taught us to slow down, that you don't always have to be productive. You have to do things for yourself also that make you feel good. Less you forget who you are and just lose yourself completely, which I think we were pretty in the thick of it, in the busy work of it. yeah, so we definitely want to slow down a little bit and just be more introspective.
Being more present.
We had no
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You have no choice, but
Yeah, you don't have a choice. Well, for
enjoying
me,
it.
I feel like I've already mentioned this before, but I don't really feel like a huge change happened for me personally when the lockdown started, because when my first daughter was born, I was a stay-at-home mom, and she was a very difficult baby. So I was pretty much on lockdown her entire infancy. And then I had her baby sister only 21 months after she was born. So I've basically been on lockdown since 2017. But like as a stay-at-home mom, it wasn't anything new to me. What was new to me was being surrounded by everybody all the time. Because, you know, there would be days that I'd be at home and it would just be me and the baby. And now everyone's always here. Which is all right sometimes. But I mean, you know, you need your space. But yeah, have I learned anything? I feel like
Anything new?
I've become more of an empath than ever because I do try to keep up with the news. I try not to as much, but we still do. And I really do feel for, you know, a bunch of all the chaos that's happening in the world. And we are trying our best to contribute to the good and try to uplift and encourage and inspire people as much as possible and take away from all the bad stuff that's out there.
Mm-hmm. For sure, you know, and I appreciate you guys for creating a platform wherein you guys are safe at home and still empowering. And being part of this show is really something special for me because, you know, you are empowered moms that I wanted to share with everyone. Maybe before we wrap up, where can we find Virago Soul and maybe your upcoming features or upcoming announcements that you guys might want to share and shout outs?
Shout out to Mara!
I know, Mara, we miss you.
Well, you can find our website on the internet, which is www.theviragosoul.com. We're on Instagram at The Virago Soul, and we're on Facebook. Follow our Facebook page. It's The Virago Soul. We did that on purpose so easy to remember. You know, moms don't have the, you know, we don't want to remember more than we have to.
But it's okay. I'll have everyone's social media and website on this caption. So guys, if ever, I would suggest and I would really encourage you guys to even follow Krystle, Thea, Jena, and Mara individually because they have such powerful social media platforms that they share their life stories as a woman, as a wife, as a a partner, and a mom, most especially. Krystle or Jena, you have other shout outs that you would like to express?
I would like to say hello to Mara as well. We missed her. But yeah, go follow us. We definitely aren't your typical mom group. If you feel like it just doesn't resonate for you, definitely check us out. We like to keep it real and honest, so I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, I think we're really looking forward to this pandemic ending. Hopefully, we can do a little mixture for Virago moms to get together and shoot the ish.
Yeah.
Maybe throw back a few shots over the good old days. But yeah, you guys could follow us, support you guys. We're at the Virago Soul. Thank you for having me on Mafae. This was fun. Yeah.
Of course, guys. Yeah, just like what Krystle said, follow their social media. They have great content, things that make that real content, real life stories, real life moments, and things that can make you laugh things that can make you cry or you can resonate with. I love their content. They are real though. That's what I'm going to tell you. So if you're about that, go there, visit, and be part of their community because all they're sharing is the real things that a woman goes through motherhood. So with that, guys, thank you, ladies. Yes, go Thea. What?
No, I just want people to know that they don't have to hesitate in engaging.
Yeah.
Like, we're totally down to talk.
Yes.
Yeah, so with that, is it okay if ever someone wants to share their story, even if they anonymous, they can just reach out to you, right?
Yes. Yes.
We have a spot.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Perfect. These ladies are more than willing to answer any more questions, or if you want advice from them, that they're available, and that is their passion. That is their me time. So go ahead and fill their cup, guys, because I know they're filling yours. So with that, actions speak louder than words, and thank you for tuning in this episode of In Love with Me. And Kumu viewers, thank you so much. Follow these ladies, give them the hearts, give them the diamonds, give them the halo-halos. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mafae.
Thank you for watching In Love with Me series.